little short. Hey guys, what's up? It's KlaireeBerry. I just want to talk with you guys today about Cancer. Cancerians, welcome. Cancer sun, moon, rising / ascendant. Possibly Venus or Mercury in your sign. Welcome. Anybody who has Cancer in their chart, which could be really anybody. If you don't know your chart inside out, welcome. Cross watchers, everyone. Hopefully you get something out of this video. I know you will if you have an open mind and just listen. And if something doesn't sound right, just keep listening and maybe something else will. So, my name is KlaireeBerry, if you haven't been to my channel before, and I do more of a holistic healing and holistic law of attraction style of tarot. Very intuitive for me. Tarot's gotten me through some rough times in my life and brought me to other passions that I now love and have helped me learn so much about myself. It's amazing. So, just came out. So we're going to start our reading with the Empress. Okay? Lovely, lovely glow. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's such that warm fall-like vibe with it. The orange and the energy. Love that right now. It's a good balance, it means you're moving forward. It means you're making things happen. It means things are changing. It means that you're becoming a really powerful manifester to have that as your first card, And also, 111 is actually one of my favorite numbers because it actually corresponds to my little, I don't know what to call it. I forget what the word is for it. My set of 3 lines in Bagua, in the I Ching. I think it's kind of like similar to tarot. You can put in your birthday or something and figure out, I forget what they go by even. It's been so long since I did that. But yeah, you can figure out like what your set of 3 lines, there's different combinations, there's like dots in the middle or whatever. I don't know. Look it up. It's cool. It's just another way, but I think tarot is so much deeper. I love it. I mean, maybe not so much deeper. It's just more intuitive for me, So anyway, we're going to take an animal card here. For Cancerians, we got the weasel. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. I love weasels and like anything like that. I love little sea otters and all these little guys. My little guinea pigs. Oh my gosh. Be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and your physical sensation feelings. What is happening inside and all around you. Love it. That's meditation. Definitely a form of meditation. Just being silent, just listening to what the world throws at you, listening and opening and accepting it, not running from it, meeting life head on, being open to the energies, being open to the gifts for yourself, loving yourself enough. That's what it's all about. And we're coming into a great power here by figuring this stuff out. We really are. Okay. And I know you Cancerians are like me, I'm a Cancer sun sign and a moon sign. So, I'm very Cancerian, very, very. So I know, how it feels like, and Cancer moons are, probably just, definitely as Cancer as anybody else. So again, welcome to Cancer, sun sign, moon sign, rising ascendant, Mercury, Venus, North Node, South Node, cusp, or cross watchers. So, yeah, we're making it happen. We're coming into a new confidence. We're stepping through. We're getting comfortable with where we're at. It's like finally we're feeling good. We're enjoying the fall. Have your little bonfires. Everybody does really like cozy, comforting things in the fall. It's like you kind of slow down and take care of yourself rather than just like celebrate the whole summer. Sometimes I feel like that's how it is. Okay, so before I take any more tarot cards, I do want to take a couple of other, just kind of underlying energy oracle cards, because I'm getting this really laid back vibe with the Empress is just kind of chilling, on her little comfortable ass throne. This ain't no fucking stone shit where you have to how do you sit your butt right? You know what I mean? By the way, I do bounce on a ball if you guys didn't notice that. Or if you wondered why I'm like bouncing around, more likely, So I'm getting that whole saying, I've been saying it a lot, don't be so close to the forest that you can't see the trees, or vice versa. I think it's vice versa. We got to open up our minds here. Okay, we got to open up our minds and see the signs. And so that's why we're taking all of our oracle cards here. Get some good angel cards for this energy for Cancerians. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, we got two, and I always get this one, but it's you know what to do. We get this a lot. The energies right now are trying to tell us, hey, babe, you know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So, Hermit card, that's what we're all about here on this channel, so it makes sense that it keeps popping up, right? Okay, and then we got KlaireeBerry, so you got claircognizance, Archangel Uriel. Pay attention. Bye. Drive safe. I'm going to bring this out here, just so we have it, okay? Claircognizance. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Wow, does that not just take a load off of your shoulders right now? I've got to show you this. Pay attention to your thoughts and ideas as they come to you. They're unanswered prayers. You have such a good intuition that you know that your dreams are for real. You know that they're going to happen, because why would you have this, bliss-like feeling when you follow this dream and this bliss and you take care of this? You take care of yourself and you know what to do. It's very beautiful. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you. They're well, as of yet, they may be unanswered prayers. Okay? But they're gonna be answered prayers. Do you have faith that your prayers are gonna be answered? Okay? So let's get started, shall we? We started off with the Four of Cups. And with this reading, I was really inspired to just have a lot of different types of cards, which is cool. And I think it's kind of a Libra energy, lots of ideas and how to work stuff out, work stuff out with yourself. You are your first and most important relationship. Okay, I think everybody's kind of realizing that. I think we're moving up to a higher level where we know we have to really take care of ourselves a little bit more. Hopefully you're open to that. Okay, here we go. Cancers. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got some interesting, the colors go from light to a very vibrant blue and then back to yellow and then to blue again. It's just interesting kind of how it flows here. I don't know if you guys can really see, but a little bit maybe here. We got blues and yellow. So we are going to explore all of this. And it's going to be wonderful. Okay, but we're going to do it methodically. All right? This is lovely, though. Okay, yeah, a lot of change in the air. A lot of water in the air. Might be a little dry for some of us Cancers. That's the great thing about crabs is they can go, you can really dance that line, between kind of almost sometimes being maybe not even just extrovert and introvert, but just obviously we get in different moods and we get in different parts of ourselves. And those of us who are more towards Gemini tend to kind of have that part of our personality, where you have that duality, which I really do. Which the moon is all about dualities. And really life is all about it. It's the yin yang. It's such a great symbol. It's just amazing. Surrender to the divine. Okay, and we also got that card not too long ago as well. So it's something that the universe and the great spirit of love and light, that's the only spirits that I let in to deal with me and my family and my stuff. So yeah, protect yourself, surrender to the divine, and see what happens. You know what to do on the inside. You are pure and you will find the way. It's just a matter of how long you're gonna take. Okay, just trust in that. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. Let's get this started in here. Okay, so like I said, stay open, look up, do some stretches where you like crack your neck a little bit, you like roll back, do the do some twisting. Everybody can do this stuff a lot of times. A lot of people can do this stuff. Even people in a wheelchair can like work out in this way. It's very, actually very good for you to twist. Twisting is good, and that's one of those things that like I just do intuitively. You just know what to do. Like if you just allow yourself space, turn off the TV, turn off the radio. Everything's always barking at you. Buy this, do that, be this, be that, and watch this and watch that. And it's like, whoa, I don't even know if I want to watch all that shit right now. You know what I mean? Maybe I should, do something else with my time. Maybe I should see what happens when I actually create a, connection with myself and my, my inner child and my spirit, and the spirit side, your connection to the spirit, whatever that means for you. We all have different words we like to argue over, all this nonsense. Don't knock other people for their beliefs, because people, if they're of any age, especially, their beliefs are going to be worth something because they've lived, they know what to do. They know the truths. They've learned the truths. That's all. God doesn't need us to do any certain religion to save us. Let's just be honest right there. The way is the way. And the way is, honestly, even if you believe in Jesus, the way is beyond Jesus. Like Jesus existed. Jesus was wise. There's other people, like we just need to see things in a new way. See things in more of a real way. And I think for a lot of Christians, the Essene pathway is kind of the way to go for me, because there was a big difference between like once it became the church, it was already perverted. And so I feel like true like Christianity lies in Jesus' actual true teachings rather than the big ass church that actually ended up surviving, because the only reason that church ended up surviving is by squashing everything else out, obviously, and having horrific ways of trying to spread whatever they're trying to teach. So it's not everything of the entirety. They took something and perverted it, basically. So you have to go to what, Jesus really taught from his own mouth if you're going to follow Jesus, if you're going to follow anybody. Make sure that it's really who you're following and not some other version that people are trying to manipulate. Because people are trying to manipulate us all over the place. We have to recognize that. You can talk about conspiracy theories, but the fact is that, yes, people are conspiring to take money out of our pockets all day long, whether it's legal or unlegal ways. You know what I mean? That's all advertising is. Come on, let's be real. Hello? It's like they get into our deep psychology, and they can fuck us up from a young age. That's why you see, at the state of like all of, I talk about it all the time, but just these, just jumping through all these hoops, these females and surgeries and, all this makeup, just piling it on. Like, I'm not anti-makeup. I do wear makeup, and I am, it's just that, it's just like so much, it's like hoarders with makeup, and it's like so much money when it comes down to it, especially if you buy good makeup. It's crazy. But anyway, I don't know why I got rambling off on that. Seems like the energies, like I said, kind of airy, and I do have a lot of air in my sign, in my chart as well. So anyways, I will stop, because this actually is looking like a great reading. Okay, so we're just going to delve right into it for sure this time. So you feel like I think you feel like you're in a good place. Like maybe you weren't listening before to some of the signs, and then you kind of decided to really put something into action here, and you feel a really good, I think there's some momentum here going with maybe either really coming into loving yourself, or really maybe being with somebody that you love, like having a good relationship here. Like it seems like there's been like really good signs lately, and like it's kind of like you're getting what you manifested, and it. It's like you knew about the law of attraction before, and you've been working it, you've been doing it. Maybe you've been watching some of my videos and like progressing. Okay. And I feel like there's a relationship here. I'm just going to say right off the bat that it is very much of a deep, really deep, and like deeper and higher. When I say deeper and higher, you know, it's like spirituality side and emotional and all of this stuff, like very emotional. Could be quite a long, you know, relationship here that's really going to last too. That's just what I'm getting from this. So it's like, I think it's pretty much apparent that you guys have both been working on yourselves and going really, really, again, deeper and higher, you know, and it's, don't be too caught up in, again, these like strict ideas of other people. We really need to honor our own self. Surrendering to the divine is actually about surrendering to our own will and our own, and to, how do we know, you know, if it's our own will or not? Well, you have to go a little bit deeper for that. You know, you have to really turn off everything again, step back from being brainwashed, you know, unbrainwash yourself. And there's many different ways that you can start to go about doing that. There's many different pathways for this type of stuff, you know. You can, there's so much out here now, like the information that has gotten out, a lot of it is spiritual. In the information age, we spread information like crazy, but people are learning more and more spiritual things and combining them together. So you have this whole new thing of spirituality and that's what people, you know, if you took a survey, you know, it used to be that about 70-80% of people said, oh, they're religious or whatever, but now they're saying, no, they're spiritual. And it's because we're going through this process of shedding these institutions that we have and going within and knowing that our connection to God and to the universe, or whatever you want to call it, is within. Also it can be without. You can learn from scripture and get closer to God, but it's still your inner connection that's pulling you that way. It's still because of your relating, because of who you are inside of you, okay? And that's just the way that everything is. So don't forget about that. You live a peaceful life, you will have a peaceful life, and you really, I mean, if you really want to give back, that's your purpose, that's why you're here. So as long as you're doing that, I mean, I feel like you're good, you're golden no matter what, you know? So it's always showing up. It's always having that integrity, always having that empathy, and knowing that you don't want to fuck people over. You don't want people to fuck you over. You don't want people to fuck your grandma over, you know, all this different stuff. It's just living a wholesome life, you know, starting off in this new beginning where we have this agape love. Everything is fucking fabulous. We are making this world literally a better place. We may be doing it step by step. It may seem like things are getting worse because there's more dissonance, but that's, you know, that's a good thing. And people are starting to eat healthier. They're starting to eat plant-based is like such a huge thing. It's the year of the vegan. Wearing the vegan shirt, representing tonight. And I didn't do that on purpose, but this is the bee. The bees. Get the peace fingers up. If you are a peaceful person, if you claim to be an empath, any of these things, if you know, are really in tune with the spiritual side, then you should see the connection in the eyes of the animals that you are eating. And I don't care if you're eating eggs, you're killing animals. I don't care if you're drinking dairy, you're killing animals. It's not that difficult, people. There are so many freaking replacements if you have to have that same taste. But there are so many healthy foods, cheaper foods that could feed the world. People are, the most obese and overweight people are the poor and uneducated, and it's mostly because they're poor. It's not just because they're dumb and uneducated. Okay, newsflash. The financial systems, this is part of that as well, that I'm talking about. These systems that are set up are crumbling. We're talking about the Vatican this week. Okay, you guys saw that? This, and I've always known it was coming a long time ago, decades probably ago, right now, at least 1 decade ago. Yeah, probably 15 years ago. Read a book. It's around here somewhere. Where is it? Care and Feeding of Indigo Children. I think it's Doreen Virtue is who did that one. And that book changed my life. That book is where I got a lot of this whole thing about, you know, blessing and protecting your family, having the angels or having different spirits like actually protect over your family. And stay with them, you know, extra guardian angels, why not, you know? And just like, it also really helped me in a sense that it kind of taught me this idea that people and like kids, and this is what I saw with my own kids, is that they were acting a little bit of psychic abilities. And I feel like my own psychic abilities are like getting worse or like better, I guess you would say. And it's just one of those things where like, it says that in the book, that's going to be part of the reason why a lot of these systems are crumbling, is because people are seeing through them more. And these children that are born more recently are actually having higher, psychic abilities to where they can just see through things, and that's part of going to be the process of tearing them down. So I think in 2020 we're coming up to this, and he does have the 2 fingers up too. It's like peace, but it's like 2020 is here, you guys. It's so cool because you don't have to like rewrite any numbers if you're typing it. You just 2020. I don't know, I like it. Or just put 2. Anyway. I'm looking forward to it. I think 2020 honestly is going to be great. I think these cards are confirmation of that, because this is like long-term success here, and this is like having the patience. He's kind of chilling. He might be a little bit bored, but he's going to stick it through. You know what I mean? He's going to stick it through. He's going to do the best thing. He's going to show up. He's going to prove it. He's going to prove, whatever that means to you right now, those words coming out of my mouth. Somebody is really ready here. There's a lot of passion with this new beginning. Okay, there's a lot of action, which there needs to be. I mean, people get upset when you see pentacles and stuff, and it's like, no, nothing is better than the other. Just because one might be higher in your mind or less, it doesn't necessarily mean that, because we learn lessons in every stage. Okay, holy shit. So, wow. Let me just back up, okay? So I was just showing you this. We're just going to look a little bit deeper. Like I said, just the long term here after the Hierophant, long-term success for this. You're going within, you're waiting, you're being patient, you're knowing you're not going to fix yourself all in one night. You know this is a process. You know that you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. It is a lifestyle. It is not just healing is a verb. Let's put it that way. It's not a noun or something that you do. Like, this is new, tons of, like I said, just going back to the basics, wholesome ideas flowing, connection, growth, starting something new. Okay? It's like you were looking back. Maybe you still are at this point, but soon, we're getting to this point. I think you probably already have. You've already started this, most likely. But time is fluid, so you might be walking away from, you might have had like a humbling experience maybe. And you're kind of just learning from your past too, I feel like. But you're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward. There's a lot of growth, and it's like it takes us a while. We're kind of like teeter-tottering. Are we ready? Are we not? Should we move? Should we not? Should we do this? Should not? It's like, but now we know, like, on every freaking level, because let's go back. Don't lose it. We just had, right, this, and now see what we got here? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've been talking about. This is it, you guys. Okay, this is life. Enjoy it. This is new beginnings. This is a whole new thought process. This one was first. Okay. This is very much a big spiritual growth, you guys. This is getting all of your shit right and just being there and being right at the precipice. I swear. This is insane. I almost I have to do it again. So first, we have the purity. Come through. This is your everyday life. This is the matching up of what you are thinking you want and what you actually are showing up for. Also, just over time, it takes time. Whatever you're doing, whatever you want, it's taken some time. That's why that's the first one. It's taken some time. You planted these seeds a long time ago. You're getting some roots now. You know what I mean? You have some roots on this new beginning, which is cool. Okay? You feel like, I almost feel like you just feel like you can't lose right now. Like it's all good for you at this point, which is so amazing, and I love it. You, like I said, you put in some roots. You put in the work, and your thought processes are all new. But yet it's a cycle, so you're going to have to hang on to that center of the balance so that you can keep on flowing with the go, but also keep that stability. It's like, think about it like this. You're like, On the inner, you're trying to keep it like a fire lit, and on the outer, it's like a spinning, like a ball on water or something. You know what I mean? You just got to keep on, you're just trying to keep it steady. And you're really able to do that right now. I mean, look at this. It's even better than my analogy. Shit. Look at those waves. Beautiful, gorgeous time of your life. This is it. And then, yeah, those together, let's take a look at this. This is what's coming for us. New beginnings, baby. Spiritual growth for sure. Clarity. This matchup. This is a matchup. You know why this is so important is because they go together. This is work you've already done because this is Pentacles, right? So this is stuff that's come through for you. You were doing this. You were still early on in this reading, okay? So you guys may really already, and you are, I can feel it. You're already on this journey. You know you're on the new beginning already. You're like, yeah, you're not telling me anything new, you know, because you are so intuitive and you've been really picking up and listening to the signs. You know, if this is not a Cancer reading, I don't know what is. And you never notice the waves as much, you know, in the Swords card here until you're doing the you know, the water reading, the Cancer reading, and it's right next to the Ace of Cups. You know, it just highlights the water even more. It's like, so you have smooth water, you know, actually the rocky water was first. It's backwards. So it's rocky water leading to smooth water. It's taking because the Ace is the Swords, so it's the mental. So this is like knowing you're gonna be successful, believing it to the point where it becomes very emotional for you. And that's basically the first part of the law of attraction, the internal part. And the external part has to do with your actions and then following through with your actions over time, which is also corresponds to the Wands and then the Pentacles, okay? So that's why I'm saying Pentacles is what you've been doing, and this is like up until this point right now is when it's changing for you, regardless of whenever you decided to watch the video, I feel like. But also take it as it resonates for you. But this is a big new beginning. It's very emotional for you because you're doing a lot of work. I can tell you've been very successful, and that means like on a very much inner level. Okay, you've been loving yourself a lot better and a lot more, and you needed it, and the world needs you to show up for that. So keep on doing that, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. And I'm very proud of you for showing up for yourself here, because that's what you're doing. I mean, yeah, you're showing up for me, but you're really showing up for yourself to do the work. Whenever you do anything, again, back to the, you know, connection, it's like you can read ancient, you know, scriptures and have a connection with the spirit. You can go outside and have a walk and have connection with the spirit. If you want to go to church and have, you know, if you want to go to church and have that connection, then that's fine. I'm not going to knock you on that. Whatever gives you that great feeling. But I encourage people to be open, and I encourage people to take anthropology classes, and I encourage people to open up their minds and not be so ethnocentric. Look that word up. And you know what I mean if you don't know what that means. So yeah, it's about evolution, baby. It's evolution, baby. Okay, so, you know, we're starting a new beginning, and, you know, if you feel bad just because you're doing something new doesn't necessarily mean that you should stop doing it. It's like when I went vegan here, you go vegan, like you're starting this something new, and then something bad happens. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't been sick in forever. Like I probably hadn't even been sick, like really sick, in like a couple of years before I went vegan. And maybe, I think so, something like that. Like really, really sick. You know what I mean? And then I got like a cold right when I went vegan, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm just going healthy. Like, why is this happening? Like, oh shit, like maybe I shouldn't go vegan, you know what I mean? And then of course, like I realized, oh, it's freaking detox, because it wasn't a regular cold at all, and I could tell it was just totally different. So, and then some other symptoms like went away that I had been having and been kind of worried about for quite some time, actually, like over years and stuff. So it was a really eye-opening experience for me, and I was very also brainwashed ahead of time. Just, this is just a lesson. Take it as it will. It's not even about veganism at this point. It's just the lessons learned that, hey, I had been brainwashed my whole life, and I'm able to keep an open mind. Okay, so I think Cancers, again, being very intuitive, we kind of already kind of maybe have kind of an open mind, but it's like, open it even more. Make sure you're in alignment with your new beginning. Make sure that's on your mind, because if you lose sight of that, then it's not going to be good. But anything, you already know, like anything negative or whatever shadow that happens, it's just a way for you to go within. It's just a way for you to look at yourself and examine yourself and kind of see where you're at. It's a sign, basically. And we can just use our shadow work on it, to really get some healing done. It's all about us. We really need to, this is focusing on yourself. This is following through with what you're actually doing, because she's a queen and she knows what she wants. She's very powerful. She's got roots. She's got resources. You know what I mean? She's got wisdom, but she still also kind of just needs to be rooted, and she needs to deal with, she needs to deal with her cat. She needs to deal with her shadow side here, because it's still a kitty cat, and she needs that cat to be more of a lioness. You know what I mean? She can still go further than just the queen. Like the queen just has to bother with so many issues and things and busyness and keeping people around. It's a great thing to be, but it's almost like, meh, what is it? What is it to really be queen? Is it fulfilling? You know what I mean? Is that what you really want to do? And so, yeah. So that's really interesting, because we get the 8 of Swords, the Page of Cups, and then we get the Magician card, which is like one of the highest, if not the highest in the whole tarot. So again, it just shows us, and then we get the Hermit, and it is upside down, but still the Hermit. So we'll put it back upside down just to see if we get any images from that. But yeah, the Queen of Wands is looking over here at the 8 of Swords, okay? The 8 of Swords, of course, is blindfolded by her own will. She could let go. This is mere, nobody's around. This is mere cloth that she could easily wriggle through if she really wanted to. But for some reason, she's not. And it's like, why? The real question is why? Why are we not allowing ourselves to see? What are we not allowing ourselves to see? Something, I feel like, be careful there. Maybe there's a tower moment coming, because look how close that freaking house is to the edge of the cliff. Okay. And it's like, these are actually also like bars, it's like, is somebody in prison, or is it just moments before this thing is going to burst? We can choose. I mean, I always say this, but the smartest people tell themselves, sometimes have to lie to themselves the worst just to get themselves to believe it, because they're so smart. You know what I mean? Make sure you're not doing that. Make sure that you are following make sure you're following your emotions. They are signals. They are signs. That's like, almost at this moment, I'm feeling like that's what you really need to focus on right now. I think that you've been doing enough mental work maybe, and especially if you've been watching some of my old shadow work videos and stuff like this, like go deeper into it, go deeper into the emotional side of it. Just let yourself feel how you feel, and then go in and take care of that little kid or that little, teenager or that little young adult, or even the person you were yesterday. Like, just make it a habit to live with yourself and love yourself and show up for yourself. And no matter how shitty you feel, you're always going to be like knowing how to comfort yourself in the way that you would want somebody else. Basically, like, treat yourself however you would want anyone, especially your significant other, to treat you. Basically, do that stuff for yourself. That's pretty much it. Okay. That is pretty much the real deal here. Okay. So fruitful. This is the key. This is the key to manifestation, guys. I'm telling you right now. But don't just think you got to do it once. But of course, going within is a deep process. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay. And when it happens, it can make you feel kind of cold. It make you feel, sometimes we can have these dark nights after we've already started our journey. And again, it's like that detox shit with the veganism. It's like, what is happening to me? Why am I going through this right now? I'm doing good. I just started going within, and now I feel like shit is getting worse. Well, no, that's just because you have to go a little deeper. You have to pay attention. Okay. And these thoughts and ideas that came to you and come to you, they're unanswered prayers, but some of them are, this is when we bring them to light. This feels great, but We have to dig to the deepest depths to find them, to figure it out. We have to do the work. This just doesn't come after not doing any work. You hear? See how long it looks upside down there? His cape and stuff and the stick. It's like, wow, it really draws attention to what a process that it is. And again, it may make you feel unstable. It may throw you off. It may throw your energies off to be able to have to be kind of with your energy. And you may need to make some time and space for like a weekend, take a weekend, a healing weekend. You don't need to go to some spa or some retreat and spend thousands of dollars, just spend a weekend taking care of your inner child. And it's therapy, you guys. This is like free therapy. Okay. Tell all your friends. Okay. Because we got the Queen of Swords, very smart. You're making decisions. You don't just make like rash decisions like, oh, some diva or something like, give me this, give me that. You're like really, okay, now I'm going to answer. You know what I mean? Like you will actually stop and think and really weigh all the aspects. And I think that you kind of are intrigued with this duality stuff. And that's what the shadow work is all about. It has to do with you believe, yin, yang, all of this. It's like, it's going to take you higher. And I feel like you really want to go high. You're going deeper and higher, deeper and higher. Like you're getting into the subconscious, especially coming into October. A lot of people, and like we're getting into, there's some Pisces energy, I know, in the stars right now too. And it's just one of those things, like as you come into winter too, you naturally kind of go within a little bit more. And this type of stuff can be really helpful to growth, and if you're not growing, then it's going to be maybe not so helpful to your life in general. But we know that we're like going to stay on our toes. We want to have that high vantage point. We want to know what's going on. We want to use our tower moments, literally, shit you not. Okay. This just means we're going to use our tower moments. And like I said, I pulled that afterwards to turn this sun to where it's here. The only thing is it's just not here yet. We're going to get there. Our tower moments are going to lead us into the sun energy, feeling like we can burn and burn and burn, for trillions of years or whatever, you know what I mean? And give so much growth and give so much life and really be the whole answer, It's just like, that's all the passion comes from this and all the goodness comes from this attitude, it's just so deep. It's like a way of living too, but it's also doing your inner child work. We've been thrown off a balance, we're becoming good manifestors and we're taking these tower moments better and better each time as they happen, but they're still happening, but we don't dwell on them. We already know that we're ready to go to the next thing, the next stage, the next whatever. We know to get the good. If not, we were reminding ourselves right now, look for the positive, look for the beauty, look for the lesson. Take what comes to you and keep on doing the work. Okay? And again, it's a journey. It's not a quick fix. Going within is not a quick fix. Don't put it off either. I really get this energy. A lot of these are upside down. It's like, don't put it off. Okay? We have the Six of Pentacles, which of course I keep getting because it's got scales and it's Libra, sun. So I just keep getting this card all over the place. But we're really coming into a place where we know better. We need to really find out what we really want. What do you really want to do? Don't just try to do something because you think it's going to make you rich or because you think your mom's going to like it. Like, you should actually take stock of what is guiding you. What is the pivotal moment? What is the point for you? What do you really want? People don't even know what they want because they don't even sit with themselves enough to know who the fuck they are, because they're so stuck up the TV's ass that they don't even know what the fuck is up and what the fuck is down. And that's when you come out with these people who are 400 pounds. They're just trying to, I don't even know, but we need to get back in touch, with these truths, the divine, the instinct, the going within and knowing that you already know what to do. You are a god and goddess within yourself. You don't need some organized religion taking your money and using it for God knows what. You are shining all on your own. You are a powerful goddess or god. mini god, mini goddess, whatever. You have God inside of you, and it says that in the Bible. So if anybody wants to deal with that, you have God inside of you. Any type of Christianity will tell you that. Almost any religion, I feel like, has some sort of concept of that. But we don't need, we are going within ourselves. We know that when we follow our instinct, things work out. Okay? We have to balance this. We have to balance this stuff out. We have to balance our lives out. To balance our checkbooks. Okay? We have to open up to people a little bit more, maybe. Oh, a lot of walls up, Cancer. It's part of our coping mechanism too. So make sure when you're doing the healing, when you do the healing, it'll naturally help. It's like a process of kind of recognizing it, and then you're like, oh, you realize you're kind of cheating yourself, So you don't have to be like, come the most outgoing person in the world, but make sure you're shining your light, And we got to heal ourselves before we even know ourselves to, keep shining our lives. You know what I mean? Because if we're not happy on the inside, then what? You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of healing I feel like going on. And we're now to the point of the reading where it's more about like what's coming here in the next few days or possibly the next few weeks. Okay. So now we got our last wand. Of course we got it. Okay. So basically, yeah, just keep on rising up. Keep on rising up, starting this. So this is coming into the actions. The actions is like your final step where it's a lot of follow through. It's a lot of following through with what you said you were going to do. Maybe you said something. Maybe you want something. Maybe, you really, it's like you've seen both sides of the issue and you know which way you want, or you're going to find out soon. And you're going to follow it, and you're going to plan, you're going to take care of it, you're going to, make sure and bless it. And it progresses very nicely from the ace. So that the beginning, the very beginning, and then you have the 3 of Wands. Okay. So then it's like, yeah, we're just going, starting off like middle stage or whatever, beginning. And then you get somewhere, You get somewhere, you're exploring like far away, from going to the ships to getting on a horse, long ways away, long time away, but you still know what you want. Like this is going to be a lasting endeavor for you. Okay. And going within and healing yourself and doing this work and like changing the world. It's all about this transformation that we're all going through together, and it's like, we want to just keep on going. Like the worst thing we can do is get stuck on any kind of plateau. And just being in touch with ourselves, doing some of the shadow work, and just being really comforting to ourselves and really gentle with ourselves and with others as well. All of our relationships stem from how we treat ourselves. So, make sure and let yourself experience things. Make sure and let yourself, feel the grass between your toes, and go swimming when it's warm, and, seek out fun experiences. And that stuff doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Some of the best things are just hiking in nature and getting a little bit of sunshine, not too much, of course, drinking water, like being just happy and using your body the way that it's meant to be used on a daily basis, actually getting some movement and exercise. You'd be surprised, when you take care of your physical and you really balance out your hormones and everything, then a lot of things can also just like really come into place for you too. Your body is a temple. It's not just some kind of spacesuit, thing that you can just take off. And you will shed it at some point, but it is very holy, and it can take you very far places consciously through your spinal column and everything. You're connected. It's holistic. It's holistic. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Okay, that's going to be my new theme song, maybe. Hey, what do you think of my new theme song? Let me know. But yeah, it's just major love yourself. Major recognize, humility, divinity, infinity. You have this inside of yourself. It's the microcosm, the macrocosm. You know what to do because you are one with your higher power, I feel like, at this point. And like I said, you are making some great things happen. I can feel it. You're already on your way. You just need to be, again, really, really good to yourself. Anything you want from others, give it to yourself. Just stop yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to give it to myself, even if it sounds silly. Even if it sounds silly. And go back to your little hurt child, your inner child work. Take that little kid, take that little baby, take that little, adolescent, or this little young adult, or, take you now and literally just love yourself up, the way that you would want your mom to have, or your dad to have, or whoever, you know what I mean? And it's like crazy